And they turn to me and they go, "So, Joe, what TV shows have you been watching recently?" And I had to admit to these really trendy London TV producers that year I had been exclusively rewatching the entirety of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I don't know whether they were trying to make conversation, trying to look cool, or whether they genuinely didn't know. They said, "Oh, we don't know what that is," right? So I had to explain the plot of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air to these trendy London TV producers. I just sort of explained to them it's just this TV show about this guy who's born and raised in West Philadelphia, and he spends most of his days on a playground, sort of chilling out and maxing, relaxing, and he also he shoots some b-ball outside the school. And then what happens is in season 1, there's a couple of guys, and they're up to no good, and they sort of start making trouble in the neighborhood. And I think it's in episode 1. In episode 1, he gets in this one little fight, and because he gets in this fight, his mum gets scared. She's angry, she's scared and angry. She's really, really angry. She's so angry that she looks completely different to how she does in the rest of the series. It's really angry about this fight. And then his mum says to him, she's like, you're moving in with your auntie and uncle in Bel-Air. And they went, "Oh, that sounds good." And I went, yeah, it's good. It's on iPlayer. You should watch it. Yeah. And they said, "So what happens? Does he go to Bel-Air?" And I went, yeah, he does. He goes to Bel-Air. Yeah. And they said, "How does he get there?" And I said, "Well, what happens is he whistles for a cab, and when it comes near." By the way, if you're thinking this is going on too long, the Scotsman newspaper agree with you, so you're not alone. He whistles for a cab, and then when the cab comes near, the license plate on the cab, it says "fresh" on the license plate, and then on the under the mirror, really on the mirror, there's dice in the mirror, and you remember Will from earlier? He wonders whether the cab is rare. My view would be license plate yes, dice no. Because dice, I've seen dice in the mirror before, but license plate, it's probably the only one, isn't it? Otherwise, it's not a legal license plate to be used. I think I've overthought it, because he thinks "Your home's forget it, we're going to Bel-Air." And then he pulls up to the house about 7 or 8. He whistles at the cabbie, "Your home, smell you later." And yeah, I don't want to spoil it all for you, but yeah, that's it really. He's finally there. And he sits on his throne as the Prince of Bel-Air. And they said, "Is it like Fleabag?" And I said, no, it's not.